Peace to all the gods and goddesses of the planet. Peace to all the kings and the queens. Peace to all the princes and the princesses. This is your first time viewing me. I am No Front VO, spiritual coach, spiritual mentor, spiritual guru, brother, friend, leader, role model, public figure. All the above each and every day. Coming to the Chosen Collective, spreading awareness, spreading consciousness, uplifting each and every one of the people who wants to be uplifted. We're not forcing ourselves upon anyone, but those who want to learn, we are an open book to those who want to learn. Because when you didn't know this knowledge, you always look for people to give you this knowledge. So now that you have the knowledge, you have to be the one to give the knowledge out again. Because you might be the one that someone is learning from, someone is looking up to in order to become a greater version of themselves. And that's the purpose of the page. That's the whole point of it. But sometimes you can get lost. See, well, first of all, if you are a returning subscriber, I appreciate y'all each and every time for coming back to the page. Make sure you like. It's no reason I should have almost 400 followers and still getting under, 10 to 20 likes. Like, get the likes up. These are the things that keep me coming back, keep me energized. So if y'all want this same energy, if y'all always want me to keep coming back, giving my energy to the page, you have to continue to reciprocate the energy. And if you're not gonna reciprocate, you might as well unsubscribe, because it's no point in having these, our subscribers where they not even there. They don't show no support. They don't like, they don't unlike, they don't comment. They just there looking, which I'm very much used to that. Whole life people been more observing, looking at me versus, I have to usually be the one who speak 9 times out of 10. It do be them rare times when people speak to me first, but 9 times out of 10 people be looking at me, but they won't never speak. So, make your presence acknowledged. The more that you comment, the more that you do these type of things, the more that I will view your name, and we can even tap in even more in depth with each other. I can start giving you maybe more messages that your spiritual guides want to give you just through my basic talking. It might be a message that's specifically for you that you pick up on just because you're going through things in your life that it resembles to. See, right now you at that point where people look at you, and it's like people who want to be like you. They want to be like you, but being like you takes a lot of, I don't say it take a lot of effort, but it does take a lot of learning, a lot of, getting your reps in, being open-minded, and always willing to learn something new at the end of the day. Because I could have been a person who stopped learning and been stuck in my ways of the matrix, but I continue to feel like there was something else out there for me, some more knowledge. Knowledge is infinite, so if you're not learning something, you're moving backwards. You should always be learning something each and every day. I don't care if it's a fun fact from somebody that you know, somebody that you just ran into. I know y'all say it a lot when y'all probably just out there in y'all day-to-day lives, just, I learned something new today. Oh yeah, I didn't know that. I learned something new today. That's just a saying that people use, but it's always good to uplift your knowledge each and every day. That's why school is important, not specifically for, what they was teaching us, but actually just getting in the habit of learning something each and every day. And going through school, you should know that you have an abundance of knowledge that you can, put inside of your brain. So never limit yourself. Just like space is infinite, your mind is infinite. Your mind is on the mental plane. The mental plane is infinite. It's an infinite knowing of everything. So like I said, people want to be the vote. People want to be like you. People want to be chosen. But they don't want to go through the things that the chosen one has to go through. They don't want to go through the adversity. They want to be liked by everybody. So they're not going to go through the adversity of just separating themselves. If you never separate yourself, you will never know truly who you are. Because separation is when you can tap more into your own thoughts. See, if you're around people a lot, they have more jurisdiction over your mind. They have control of your mind because you're not putting your own ideas. You're not the only one putting your ideas inside of your mind. Other people planting ideas. It could be, low vibrational ideas that's, hindering you from reaching your highest potential just based on them not believing. See, when you give people these high visions of yourself, because it's not obtainable to them for whatever reason, it might just be they don't believe in themselves. Maybe they have criminal records, things of this sort. So because they are, kind of limited in a way, which they're not limited even themselves, but they have put it in their minds that they are limited. So they've tried to put the limitations on you so that you won't have this growth mentality, which, like I said, this why you have to be alone a lot. Have your own mind. Have your own vision for yourself. Because nobody gonna go through this stuff. Before you ran into them, you were still having to create this future for yourself. You have a bright future. I'm talking about where you're gonna be making these huge decisions. Decisions that affect millions of people's lives. And if this purpose is continuously being revealed day by day, dream by dream, person by person, continuously unfolding up this ultimate present that you're gonna be receiving. But it takes you going through these different trials and tribulations to be able to, let's say you want to become senator or governor or president, things of this sort. You will be more caring to the people because you come from where the people come from. See, a lot of these people who get put into these positions of senator, governor, and things, they have their own money. A lot of these people have their own money. They endorse themselves. They believe in themselves enough to put millions of dollars behind their campaign. A lot of times they do come out of their own pocket. They do come out of, endorsements, friends, your circle. You is only strong as your circle. So make sure your circle's strong. Because if you have any weak points in your circle, that is somewhere where somebody can try to infiltrate your facility or your kingdom. So you have to have your circle tight. Even if it just means you coming to yourself, being by yourself, and then slowly building up your circle. Sometimes you got to restart. Sometimes you might have let somebody in, but they going through things in their life. Now they letting the demons in. Now you trusting them, and then they bring the demons into your vicinity. So you still have to always even pay attention to the people that you bring around you, because you are only as strong as the people who is around you constantly. That's why you got to be around people who bigger than you, who you can learn from, who is willing to give you because they want to see you grow. Versus a lot of people, these people, if you try to hang around people who lower than you and things of that sort, and not too much lower physically, but just mentality lower. Like you could be at a lower position but still have growth mindset, and I want to be around it because you might still have that drive. That drive that I like. I like people who have that drive because I have a drive in me. So if you got a drive, I'ma love to see you. I'ma love to keep you happy. But if you're somebody who don't have a drive, you're not ambitious, you're not trying to move at an expedient rate, if you don't have something that you're shooting towards, then I really ain't gonna be around you too much. It's gonna be work purposes and that's it. Because I don't even want that rubbing off on me. I don't want to know what you think about it. I don't want to know what got you at that lower vibrational state. Now, if you want to raise yourself out of that state, then you would say things and you will do things that gonna let me know, consciously or subconsciously, that you're ready to grow. But some people not ready. Are you ready? With that being said, peace to all the gods and goddesses of the planet, peace to all the kings and the queens, peace to all the princes and the princesses up and coming. Just know, knowledge is infinite, so always continues to be learning, growing. I'm in it, pat me on. I'm in it, pat me on. I'm in it, pat me on. These are things that's gonna help you blossom. This gonna unravel. This you working on your self-concept. People know what you're doing, the work that you're doing, physically and mentally. Your mental work shows for itself. Your physical work shows for itself. Your spiritual work shows for itself. Peace. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Peace to the ancestors. Peace to the giants. Peace to the, the cyclopses. Peace to all those, when you look up in the sky at night, peace to all those portals, galaxies, planets. These are what you're looking at. Just like you could be looking at Pluto and you think it's a ball of light, but you're looking at a whole planet. See, light is information. You are made of light. Light is infinite. You are receiving light from over millions of planets away. Millions of miles away. You receiving this information from that. So how powerful are you truly?